Somewhere beneath these clouds lies a hidden gem for birders, wild, remote, and absolutely alive with nature. Hi, I'm Malcolm, and right now I'm heading straight for Port Blair, the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, an Indian archipelago located on the southeast of mainland India in the Bay of Bengal. Over the next 5 days, I'll be exploring the rainforests, wetlands, and mangroves of South Andaman in search of rare, beautiful, and endemic bird species. After a smooth flight over the Bay of Bengal, I landed in Port Blair. My local guide, Mani, picked me up from the airport and we headed straight to the hotel. After a quick nap, a light lunch, and I was ready for my first birding session. Our first destination, Chidiya Tapu, one of the top birding spots in South Andaman. And what a start! The very first bird I photographed was a juvenile white-bellied sea eagle soaring effortlessly against the sky. The tide was low, so we walked further along the beach, scanning for waders, and soon I spotted two species actively foraging along the sand. Then, along a rocky stretch, a Pacific reef heron caught my eye. An agile predator, it was dashing between rocks, hunting fish and crustaceans. Nearby, I captured two more coastal visitors, the greater sand plover and the Pacific golden plover. As we drove further along the coastline, something blue caught our attention. Perched on a small beach rock was a vibrant collared kingfisher. I crept closer, but it flew off, caught a crab and landed on another rock. I managed to get a great shot before it flew again. In the same area, I also managed to photograph a striated heron foraging along the beach and a shy whimbrel. Every time I got closer, it moved further away, so I gave it the space it needed. Continuing along the coastal road, Mani and Radhika, ever watchful, scanned the roadside trees for any bird activity. Nearby, tucked into the vegetation, was a brown shrike, calmly perched and scanning the field below. As the sun began to set, we made our way to Chidiya Tapu sunset point, where the skies lit up in warm hues of orange and pink. With a cup of tea in hand, we soaked in the beauty of the moment, the perfect close to an incredible first day. But our birding wasn't over yet. As night fell, we drove to the forest and went searching for owls. The forest was pitch dark, just the sound of insects and our footsteps. And there, in the shadows, I spotted them. A few stunning nocturnal species, which I managed to photograph before calling it a night. It's 6 a.m. on day 2 and the island is just waking up. Mani, along with his sister and co-guide Radhika, arrived to pick me up. These two make an excellent birding team. The sun is slowly rising as we drive through the cool, misty air. Bird calls begin to fill the atmosphere, and there's already plenty of movement in the trees. Our first sighting of the day, a family of long-tailed parakeets perched high on a tree branch, their colors glowing in the morning light. In the same area, I photographed several other species, some of them endemic to the Andaman Islands, flitting through the forest canopy. As we wander down this trail, the forest comes alive with even more birds. We then moved into a nearby mangrove patch in search of the elusive ruddy kingfisher. Sadly, no luck this morning, but that's birding for you. Still, the mangrove gave me a pleasant surprise. Deep within the shadows, perched on a branch, sat a magnificent stock-billed kingfisher, illuminated by a soft shaft of light. We wrapped up the morning session and returned to the hotel for lunch and a short siesta. By 3 p.m., we're back on the road, this time heading towards the wetlands. Here we spotted a distant flock of cotton pygmy geese. I just about managed to photograph them as they kept drifting further away, keeping their distance. As we scanned the water bodies, a flurry of motion caught my attention. Barn swallows, swooping gracefully over the lake, feeding on insects midair. I was happy to get a few in-flight shots. Next, we drove to another wetland where I photographed one of the island's prized endemics, the Andaman teal. Beyond the graceful teals, the wetlands also offered me a chance to capture several other stunning birds. Crossing over to the other side, we were delighted to spot an elegant oriental buttonbill. Amidst the greenery, a vibrant flock of grey-headed swamp hens added life to the wetlands. I also managed to capture this pheasant-tailed jacana darting gracefully across the blue sky above. From here, we continued our journey along scenic roads surrounded by lush greenery. Perched quietly on a piece of wood, I spotted a blue-eared kingfisher watching the water below with intense focus. Even though bird activity was slowing down, the surroundings made the drive incredibly peaceful. Just when we thought the day was winding down, we spotted this brown shrike perched beautifully on a dead plant by the roadside. With the light soon fading, we made our way to Wandoor beach for a well-earned cup of tea. The beach was nearly empty, the air still. The sunset was nothing short of breathtaking. It was one of those moments where you simply pause and absorb the beauty around you. But darkness fell and the hunt wasn't over yet. We headed back into the forest for another round of owling, and once again we were rewarded with a few good sightings to wrap up another beautiful day of birding. It's day 3, and just like every morning here in South Andaman, we start early. We're heading back to the Kalatang forest, still hoping to catch a glimpse of the one bird that has been evading us, the ruddy kingfisher. We passed the mangroves once again, scanning every tree, every shadow, but no luck. That kingfisher is proving to be one elusive lifer. Still, Kalatang has more to offer. Up in the dense forest canopy, I spot one of the island's striking endemics, the Andaman Woodpecker. Its bold markings and sharp calls make it hard to miss once you know where to look. From there, we moved to a new location where I found something I hadn't seen yet on this trip. The vibrant dollar bird perched against the clear blue sky. Its turquoise plumage shone beautifully in the daylight. At the top of a weathered tree stump, we spotted a charming pair of white-breasted wood swallows. Later in the day, we headed towards Sippighat, a mix of wetlands and open landscapes. And while scanning the mud flats, I came across an unexpected sight. Blue-spotted mudskippers, darting between puddles. Not a bird, but a fascinating subject to photograph nonetheless. Right nearby, a Chinese pond heron stalked prey in the meadow. During our afternoon session, we noticed a flurry of movement up in the canopy, and there they were, a pair of ornate sunbirds, feasting on the nectar of lavender-colored flowers. Their metallic colors shimmered as they danced from bloom to bloom. While I was still focused on the sunbirds, another familiar flash of blue appeared. A collared kingfisher landed on a nearby branch. It stayed just long enough for me to take a few clean shots before disappearing into the forest. As we were about to leave the area, I spotted a common kingfisher perched at eye level and bathed in warm evening light, a classic pose glowing in gold. Driving back, things got quiet for a while. But just as we passed another wetland stretch, we spotted the stork-billed kingfisher quietly perched on a branch. I quickly stepped out and managed to get this shot. Soon, the light began to fade, and we ended the day with one last search for owls. Once again, we were lucky, and I was able to photograph a few night birds before finally calling it a night. Day 4 begins with another early start, and this time we head straight to Chidiya Tapu forest. The morning air is fresh, and the first bird to greet us is one of the island's gems, the Andaman bulbul, an endemic species with its distinct call and charming presence. Driving further into the forest, we hear a series of rich, melodious notes echoing through the canopy. Following the sound, we hear another beautiful endemic, the Andaman shama, perched on a low branch, singing effortlessly. We continue along the winding forest road, and the deeper we go, the richer the bird activity becomes. I photographed several more species, including a few that are found only in these islands. Every sighting feels like a discovery. Soon after, we arrive at the Chidiya Tapu beach. While we didn't spot many birds here, the place had a completely different kind of beauty. Towering trees casting long shadows. Soft waves rolling onto driftwood-strewn shores, and the kind of tropical blue that makes you pause and take it all in. After soaking in the scenery, we decided to head back to the hotel for a midday break, some lunch and some rest. Later that evening, our focus shifted to a single target, the elusive Andaman Nightjar, another endemic species that only emerges once the sun goes down. As night fell, we ventured back into the forest with our flashlights ready and our eyes scanning the ground and low branches. And after a patient search, there it was, a beautiful Andaman Nightjar, its cryptic plumage blending perfectly with the forest habitat. It's day 5, my final day of birding here in the South Andaman Islands. The morning is foggy and still, and as we drive through a stretch of open grassland, Mani abruptly stops the vehicle. Perched silently on a post is a majestic, changeable hawk eagle. I carefully step out and slowly move closer. Just as I raise my camera, it takes off. I managed to capture a full sequence of its powerful flight. What a way to begin the last day. We continue our drive towards the Kalatang forest, and on the way spot a dark silhouette on a low branch. It's an Andaman Coucal, yet another endemic that I'm thrilled to photograph. Once in Kalatang, Mani points high up into the canopy. There's a bird I don't recognize. He identifies it as a Japanese sparrowhawk. I manage just a quick record shot before it flies off, vanishing into the dense forest. Tucked away in the foliage, I spotted a greater racket-tailed drongo, carefully perched on its nest. And then, the moment I wasn't expecting. After days of trying and failing to get a good shot, I finally spot the Andaman crake, a species that's notoriously shy and difficult to photograph. But today, it's in the open, and I managed some beautiful close-up shots, a true highlight of the trip. Just when I thought that it couldn't get any better, another surprise. Resting on the trunk of a tree is an unusual reptile, a canopy dweller, the rare and endemic Andaman green calotes, also called the Andaman lizard, a perfect bonus find. A slow drive through the forest unveiled yet another handful of beautiful bird sightings. Leaving the Kalatang forest behind, we set our sights on exploring the nearby mangrove forest. Still chasing one final goal, we returned to the mangroves. One last attempt to photograph the ruddy kingfisher, a bird that has eluded me so far. We walked the trail slowly, scanning every branch and shadow. Nothing. Disheartened, we head back to the car. But Money suddenly slows down and whispers, "There." And there it was, finally, the ruddy kingfisher, sitting deep inside the mangroves. I shoot quickly from within the car, not wanting to spook it. Then, cautiously I step out, but it senses my presence and flies deeper into the mangroves, never to return. I'm so glad I took those shots from the car, a lifer captured just in time. As we were heading back, concluding our morning session, we spotted a fully grown white-bellied sea eagle, perched elegantly on a coconut frond, a final salute from one of the island's signature birds. Driving past the wetlands, I also managed to photograph a stock-billed kingfisher. A little further ahead, a majestic crested serpent eagle sat perched on a bare tree stump. But the day wasn't over yet. During the afternoon session, we headed toward the Chidiya Tapu forest in search of one last target, the Andaman Serpent Eagle, a rare endemic raptor. We scanned carefully as we drove, and right there, perched in the V of a tree trunk, was the Andaman Serpent Eagle, majestic, silent, watching us calmly, the perfect final raptor. As the sun dipped low, we came across a patch of forest where flocks of parrots and other birds gathered to roost, a great way to wind down the evening. We ended the day at the Chidiya Tapu sunset point, one last glorious sunset over the ocean. I could have sat there for hours, but there was one more owl left on the list. Soon, darkness fell and we entered the forest one final time. We were lucky to see the Hume's bubuk again, but then the spotlight landed on a ghostly white figure, the stunning and elusive Andaman masked owl. With that, I completed my mission, photographing all 4 endemic owl species of South Andaman. With over 20 endemic species photographed and hundreds of memories captured on camera, my South Andaman birding tour had come to an end, and it was now time to head back home. Massive thanks to Mani and Radhika. Their deep knowledge and incredible spotting skills made this trip truly unforgettable. If you're planning a birding tour in the Andamans, I highly recommend them. Their contact details are given in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed this vlog, I would request you to please leave a like and share this video with fellow birders and nature lovers. There are more videos in the making, and if you would like to join me on more birding adventures, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next birding trail.